after 5 years in medical school, I've learned a thing or two. The first thing you realize is that everybody has different reasons for coming to medical school. So whatever your reasons are, it is going to shape you in a particular way. Regardless of that, there are some inevitable changes everybody goes through when they come to medical school. And that's what we're going to talk about. What really is medical school like? I've grouped this video into the social aspect and the academic aspect. So we start with the social aspect. Because let's be honest, that's where the first unexpected compromises hit you. And when you enter into medical school, you first realize that you get less holidays and vacations compared to other programs. And as you progress, you get less and less holidays and vacations. So this brings the infamous medical school FOMO, that is the fear of missing out. And you ask yourself, am I missing my 20s just to chase a stethoscope? Yes, you are. A little bit. But if you handle it right by missing the boring ones and attending the high-yield ones, you're going to enjoy both your 20s and your academic aspects. So you have to prioritize what brings you the most joy and utility. So with this fear of missing out brings us to the most important and most asked question, but less answered. That is, how to get a work-life balance in medical school. If I'm to save a CD every time somebody asks me this question, I'll probably be paying 5 chem students school fees by now. Who knows? Well, to answer that question, in pharmacology, I consider work-life balance in medical school as a drug with a narrow therapeutic index or therapeutic range, like digoxin or warfarin. Digoxin is a drug that is used to treat heart failure. Small change in the dose can lead either to its ineffectiveness or toxicity. So focus too much on your academic and you become academically high-yield but socially toxic. You miss out on crucial networking, stress releasing, and even affecting your public speaking and confidence. And focus too much on the social aspects and you become a walking time bomb for your patients and your society at large. And frankly, an all-round human is vital for a future medical doctor. So the answer to work-life balance is never easy in medical school. It's a day-to-day dose adjustment, just like digoxin. It requires self-awareness, knowing when to go out of the library to have fresh air and knowing when to say no to that pulpit. It is less about balance than about ongoing calculated titration. Speaking about titration, let's move on to a very important non-negotiable ingredient in medical school, which is a serious time management. Create a system that saves you time. A typical example is when you have to shop every 2 days or 3 days to cook for yourself and everything. So I always tell them that it's better that you go to the market, you buy a non-perishable for the whole week and even for the month if it's possible, so that you will save the little time that you have to go to the market every 3 days or 2 days to buy stuff to prepare food for yourself. The best way to save time is always to buy your food. But this is my boy here, which we will call Eddie. Now Eddie cannot buy the food every day because former picking, right? Also, another important aspect of your life that is going to change when you come to medical school is your sleep time. Your circadian rhythm is going to change completely. But here is the thing though, it is very good that you get a very good rest and a good sleep. So it is always advisable that you sleep early, you wake up early, then you get enough hours before the day begins. During our rotation in urology, one of the urology specialists told us jokingly that whilst everybody is waking up 2 or 3 hours before the day begins, he wakes up 24 hours before the day begins. Initially, it sounds funny, but when you listen to it very well, it means that he plans the day before the day begins, so he is always living ahead of the day. In medical school, one thing they don't warn you about is your mental health and your personal emotions. So first of all, your mental health is disregarded, a lot of stress. You're going to be drained out of the last drop of energy that you have in medical school. Your personal emotions is going to compound this feeling altogether, making it more worse, because in medical school, most students can be in the top of their classes in their second cycles, education levels. And this is not working out in medical school for them. They're trying to find their feet and everything. So they're personal feeling that the fear of not being good enough or they don't belong here, the imposter syndrome. They have this feeling that they can do more, compounding their mental health, being depressed and together with the stress and everything, I mean, medical school become tough for them. So have some friends, release stress, go out, play. I mean, just have some fun. It's going to reduce all these stresses. And I mean, all work and no play makes that a dull boy. Now, to make it simple, the social aspect, we are saying that there's this fear of missing out, narrow work-life balance, there's serious time management. So your sleep time may also be affected, and there's a mental health and your personal emotions are going to really affect you in medical school. So relax. Congratulations for coming to medical school, by the way. But when you come to medical school, relax. Feel free and enjoy the ride. Now let's swoop into the academic aspect. While the MB-CHB degree is a complete 6-year program, medical school is divided into two, the preclinical and the clinical years. The preclinical years is the first 3 years of your medical training, and people are subjected to intense medical training in the core basic sciences like biochemistry, genetics, pharmacology, anatomy and physiology, and pathology, and sometimes microbiology. In the preclinical years, you are expected to know a lot about the body, know how the body works, when there's a disease manifestation, the normal process of the body, how the body looks like. That's everything you're going to know about the body. And it requires you to do intensive learning and training. In the clinical years, students are rotated in the core medical disciplines like internal medicine, surgery, pediatrics, obs and gynae, and community health. So students are also rotated in some subspecialties like ophthalmology, ENT, family medicine, radiology, and anesthesia. What I always tell students is medical school is not a sprint, it's a marathon. The important thing in medical school is to slow down. Don't overexhaust yourself. Relax, learn adequately, learn enough, learn smartly, and be a better version and become the doctor, not any other doctor, right? And also in medical school, you are surrounded by like-minded people. So this fear of not belonging there and the imposter syndrome is very common. But just know that all generalizations are wrong, including this one. So if you say every other student is doing best aside me, you are wrong. Some people are also finding it difficult, but they are resilient and they are building themselves, learning more to know more. An important thing in medical school is to always ask for help. So when you need help, ask people to help you. There are a lot of people who are always willing to help you through what you're going through. But if you don't ask for help, they may not be able to help. So academically, in medical school, it's very good to ask because the system here is different from the secondary high schools training system. If you don't take care, you may not be able to excel through because you have to now adapt and be available for growth and change. So if you change yourself, you're going to sail through smoothly. And finally, I would say find a mentor. And not a mentor in medical school as a senior colleague or something, but find a mentor who is a doctor or a specialist. Somebody who is well vested, like he is willing to tell you more about their field or a specialty. So with that, you will know more about it. Even though you may not be able to go or you would not want to go into that particular field, but you will get a pool of knowledge to tap from as you go through your medical training. Finally, let's talk something about the specialties that people would want to go through. So if you don't have your specialty yet, don't worry about it. There's plenty of time to decide, even after medical school, when you're doing your housemanship or your emotion. There's a lot of time to decide which specialty you're going through. But just know that in the medical field, specialties that does a lot of procedures get compensated a lot. So procedures like surgery, spinal tap, or like lumbar puncture, intubation or anesthesiology, and there's also one endoscopy. Yeah, right, endoscopy. If income plays a role in your decision to become a medical doctor, consider specialties that you like, that does a lot of procedures. In this way, you're going to get compensated more and you love what you are going to do. So this is my thought about how medical school really is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are there something that I didn't address? Are there something that I addressed wrongly? Are there something that you would like to? You can also send us email through the email on our page. Thank you. My name is Vincent and I'm out.